Larry?
Yeah, Austin, it seems like it's been forever since you committed to Kentucky back, I think, at age 16, if I remember correctly. Now that it looks like you've got a chance to be a pretty big part of this team this year, which is what you always wanted. How significant, how important is that to you?
It also means a lot to me. Growing up, Eastern Kentucky. It's been my dream ever since I was little, even to play for UK. And it's just finally a dream come true, and finally getting my shot, and can't look back from here.
What do you think has changed that's enabled you to get that shot this year?
Well, I had a lot of really good players in front of me when I first got here. I had Bunchy, Stenberg, Fortner, Mason Wolf, a few of them in front of me, and it just took a while to find my rhythm. It's a whole new style of offense for me, and when I finally started figuring it out, I just ran with it and just continue to work, and going to continue to do that.
Thanks.
Hey, Austin. We've heard that they've moved you guys around a lot and tried to mix and match positions. I'm wondering, do you spend more of your time at one spot in particular, or have you been trying to master a couple of different positions?
Well, I originally came in as a tackle, and I just wasn't really accustomed to that, and then I've just been mostly working at right guard and left guard this camp, and that's basically where I've been staying at, is mostly right guard for right now.
As a follow-up, what's it like having somebody like Drake, who's played a lot and really smart there in the middle to kind of help you, play off of him at guard?
Having Drake there kind of just gives you a reassurance, because he's been here for a while, played a lot of snaps for us, and I know if I was to get in a game and I was to have a question, or like if I do something wrong in practice, I know we're going to get that corrected right then and there. And he's just a real leader on the O-line, and he's somebody I look to, and if I ever have a question, I can go to him and not have to worry about trying to figure it out by myself, because I have him to reassure me and keep me on track.
Thank you.
Josh?
Hey, Austin, I know you mentioned it being a different offense from what you did in high school. I'm familiar with what you all do there at Belfry, but how much last year when you were watching did it kind of take you back, and were you kind of wishing you'd been in there where you're just lining up and running it down people's throats every play?
I felt like that was what I was really accustomed to, coming from a wing T offense with Coach Haywood. It was just a smash mouth style of football, and I really wish I could have got in, but I wasn't. I don't feel like I was up to par with the people that was in front of me, and it would have been awesome to get in there and just run block every play, but now it's going to be, I got to do it all, and just got to work and keep improving.
What for you? What has been the toughest thing, as far as, obviously the position change, but to get used to what you've got being asked to do in this offense?
I would definitely say the pass rush and pass setting, because I never done that at Belfry. Even at Belfry, when we passed the ball, we passed the ball 18 times my whole senior season, and when we passed the ball, it was a play action style pass, so we came off as a run block, and I wasn't used to setting back and having them come at me. I was used to being the aggressor and attacker rather than trying to go off what they do. And I was used to just, being the enforcer on the block rather than like trying to set back and stop it.
John Hale.
Austin, just what kind of is your relationship still with Cole Bentley, and what does it say about Belfry now that you've got two offensive linemen who are really key players for top 25 teams now in college football?
Me and Cole, he'll forever be my brother. I played with him ever since we was in 6th grade. And, I still talk to him on a daily basis, talk to him before the game. Louisville played the other day, wished him luck. Told him I loved him and wished him the best. And, it says a lot for back home because, being the style of offense that we do run, there's not a lot of recruitment that goes on in that area. If you get recruited, it's because you go to camps and rivals and all that, but it's just something I've never done. And there's a lot of high caliber players that do come out of Eastern Kentucky. And I'm sure that there's going to be quite a few more. And it's just a place that just don't really get a lot of looks just because it's so isolated.
Obviously, I think mostly in Eastern Kentucky, it's safe to say it's UK territory, but having you and Cole at rival schools, what's it like in the Belfry halls these days in terms of who's rooting for who?
It's kind of neutral, honestly. We're all really close family out there, and we're still, going to be brothers to the end. I mean, even if it's just, whatever it is, you got Louisville fans, you got Kentucky fans, but they usually come together and root both of us on and want us both to succeed.
Thanks, Austin.
John Clay.
Austin, obviously you've been with Coach Schlarman for a while now. What makes him a good offensive line coach?
I feel like he's just a really players coach, and he'll do anything to help you out and make sure that you know what you need to be doing on and off the field. He pushes us in the classroom, pushes us on the field, in the film room, just in everyday life. And, he's somebody that if I need to, get something off my chest or talk about some issues, then I know I can go to him and talk to him. And he's just a player-led coach. I mean, he'll help you out in any way. And he's just one of the best coaches I've ever had.
Belfry's got a pretty big game this weekend against Pikeville. What's that rivalry like for somebody who's not familiar with it?
That's one of the rivalries that date back to the opening of the school, really. I mean, I remember my uncles playing. I remember, talking to them about it. I mean, it's not a game that you want to overlook because, our school's 25 minutes away, depending on how you drive. And, that's, at Belfry, we're the Holler Boys, as we're called a lot of times, the Mountain Men. And then we got the Pikeville, and, it's just a rivalry that's been going on and still goes on today. And it's just a smash mouth game. I mean, it's a head knocker, and and the team that comes the best usually wins it.
Thanks.
JD. Yeah, Austin, you've talked a little bit with us today about, enjoying the physical aspect and being the enforcer. I'm wondering what some of those matchups with your D linemen are like every day in practice, because you've got some big guys lined up across from you.
It's lining up going against Quinn Bohanna and Josh Paschal and Jordan Wright and all them, hitting square, and Jamin. I mean, it's a physical, it hurts, but they're big bodies and they're hard to move, but especially, Quentin, he's just such a big body that he can take up multiple gaps just by, his strength alone. And then him being big, it's just hard to move him at times.
John Long.
Hi, Austin. I don't know if you got a chance to watch any of the games this past weekend, but what's going through your mind, or what's going through the mind of your teammates, knowing that the season has kicked off and you guys still have to wait a couple more weeks before you tee it up?
I think we're just, we're still kind of setting back right now. I mean, we're really anxious. I can't really speak for everybody, but I feel like the whole team's ready to play, and we're ready to, go out and show out for, Big Blue Nation, and, we're ready to get this season rolling.
right, we'll wrap it up with Curtis.
Austin, did you do some all-season training with Landon, right? He invited you over to his house.
Mhm.
What's it like training on the farm with Landon Young? And and how much did that help into the role that you're going to be expecting to play this season?
Well, whenever I was home most of quarantine, and I'd go up to the high school up to Belfry to the complex, and I'd lift up there and get my running in. And then I came back to Lexington, and I was needing a place to lift, and Landon messaged me and was like, "Hey, if you want to lift, I need somebody to lift with too." And going out there, he had his homemade equipment, made out of 2x4s, 4x4s, weights that Coach Ed had given us for if we needed them. And going out there and lifting with him, he pushed me, and I could push him. And just knowing that you had somebody else there that was striving to be better. And I've always kind of me and Landon's always had that rivalry in the weight room to see who's going to get the most weight that day, who's going to lift the most, who's going to see who's going to get the most weight by the end of the day.
Did he make you do any farm work as part of a regimen that maybe he put together?
No, I just we went out there, we'd lift to get our running in, and it was at his house out here in Lexington. His farm's out in Western Kentucky, but I think I could hold up with him on the farm work, most definitely.